Oh, I did the words wrong.
Give me that moment, wet, give me that Christmas style.
You know what? You know what I did? Oh my God.
Cheers. Let's do this. Ready? Cheers. I don't know which side. Oh, I can't even figure it out.
Drink it up, it's over, girls around me, baby, acting like
Right, you know what G6.
with sober girls around me, baby, acting like they drunk.
Do you know who has a G6?
Who?
Mo Anderson.
She does. Of course she would. Of course she would have a G6.
I don't know if it's a G6. She has an Embraer jet, which, do you know, I really believe in like affirmations and future casting. And I bought one stock of Embraer.
What did you do?
I bought one stock of Embraer like 2 years ago.
And what's Embraer?
It's a jet company.
Oh, wait. And what happened?
Well, I just bought it because I want to own a jet someday. So I had to
Okay. Did the stock go up and you made $1 million or something?
Yeah, no, really, because the luxury travel industry is flourishing right now.
Oh, because it's a G6. I gotcha.
No, because I want a jet someday. I mean, I don't know if I really do.
So have you been on Mo's rocket ship?
Yeah, no. Mo, I mean, we're tight, but like, we're not that tight.
She's like,
I'm not
Caryn,
like 30
one day,
an hour.
One day you shall enter my rocket ship.
My Embraer stock, I bought it at $5.70. Today it is worth a whopping $6.28 a share.
Oh, cash out, girl. Cash out. I wonder why. Gee, I wonder why private jet stock isn't higher.
It looks good, right?
I wonder why that stock isn't just going through the roof. Well, maybe it's because like there's 7 people on the planet that can afford it.
There would be, this is like the last 12 months.
And Mo Anderson, oh, so it's kind of like EXP stock. Oh, but
I mean, not even for, don't. You know why?
A little funny. It was a little funny, right?
It messaged me last night because someone was posting something in the team leader page, which we've got a whole issue there. We've got a security breach in the team leader. You know, Nick, nobody knows this. Lalaina can talk about it because I don't think she's allowed in, but the team leader Facebook group is literally like the most exclusive Facebook page on earth, right?
Well, that's the idea.
You know how hard it is to get in there.
I mean, they let me in, so I don't know what the...
You were a topic of discussion last night because about you being in the page.
Hold on a second. First of all, I was a team leader for 2 years.
It's not for retired team leaders. Anyway.
Okay, take me out then. Take me out.
No, you're in. You're actually in right now. So why don't you
hold on a second? Who brought this up? Wait, was it a topic of discussion like on the page?
We've got a rooster in the hen house. So there we have a trader inside the team leader page. So we are investigating the admin and moderators. And we're doing deductive investigation right now to try to figure out what is going on. Where's the breach? So we're taking like literally like everybody out.
But why?
You're in though.
No. By the way, I don't really care. But where was the discussion, on the page or was it privately off the page?
Privately off the page.
The people that were talking about it, what is their name? What do their names rhyme with?
Orange.
What?
Orange.
I don't. By the way, Josh Anderson just texted me, EXP stock. Buy it now. Big letters. Buy it now.
Anyway, my point is,
Josh, I can't buy it unless I join the company. Can I just buy it anyway?
There was a comment, and I had an EXP agent reach out to me last night, and they said, "No, you could have bashed me, but you didn't." I was like, "No, I don't do business that way. I'm not here to be in business for 40 years by bashing anybody."
Me either. Clearly, no, I don't. I'm so above bashing people.
A good one.
No, I don't, by the way. I never, and that was in good fun. Like I would never, like I've seen EXP agents just go to town on KW agents, and we're like,
oh my God, I'm not giving you
we're like this. No, EXP KW agents are like, are we in a fight that we didn't know about? Or like what? Because the fights just start for no reason.
Look.
I love your mug.
Thank you.
And I just want everyone to know that, and by the way, Preston loves a good investigation. So I'm assuming Preston Murphy is I'm assuming he is alluding to the fact that he and I are gonna play Sherlock Holmes and find out who wants to kick me out of team leader page.
No, it's not about you. Okay, listen. Preston.
Yes, it is.
Preston just brought over a big producer. He's kind of a bad.
Preston brings over cappers and megas every month.
I know. It's like he blows.
Like Preston does it now, and we're like, okay.
Oh, okay. So you did your job. You know.
Like right.
The agents come.
We're like, oh, good. You're doing what you're paid to do. Thanks, Preston.
Well, so, people come to me and they go, "Oh my God, I got a new listing today." I go, "Awesome, you did your job."
Right. So, like, can I tell you something funny? I was talking to an agent once, and she was like, one of my agents came to me from my team, and she goes, "I want a raise. I think that I deserve a raise in terms of like a higher split."
Oh boy.
And this Rainmaker, who you know as well, she goes, "You want a raise? Sell another house. There's your raise." Like, isn't that what's so great about real estate? Like, you could be home and be like, "Oh man, I need to give myself a raise. Let me go sell another house."
Well, look at Ricky. Look at Ricky on Monday. Were you not so inspired by that kid?
I love that kid.
I mean, I worked for Napa Auto Parts as a good job, but and then I just made $75,000 last month. But it's cool. It's cool.
Right. It's like it's like whatever.
Investor in a market center, but it's cool. Haters hate.
We're gonna go back to that topic of the TL page in a moment. Although, no. Here's why I think it's funny. I'll tell you why I think it's funny. The reason I think it's funny is because I was the example they were using. I was the example. Like, there could have been anybody else who could be an example, but they used me.
No. We were going through the entire roster.
Oh, because you said I was a topic of conversation, so I figured I was the.
Thank our advisory committee. And
you guys can take me out. I don't really care. I'm not a TL anymore.
Oh my God. I'm not taking. No, we decided. Why don't you stop going to the negative? We decided you bring a lot of value.
Oh, well, I appreciate that.
So I'm about to take out the team leaders that don't participate at all.
By the way, like I noticed though that most of them don't. Anyway, let's move on. Caryn, why do you keep talking about this? So can I just say something? And I'm going to give my son Levi big props. And by the way, if you guys are fiending for Command Your Morning, I just want to let everyone know, if you guys are fiending for a Command Your Morning mug or t-shirt, the Command Your Morning website is almost done.
Almost.
And then you'll be able to buy as many Command Your Morning mugs, hats, and t-shirts as you like. And we hope that you do and support us in our low budget venture. I also want to say,
listen, everybody, Nick
no
longer makes these noises. No longer when he's doing everything. We don't hear those anymore. Do you know why?
Yeah. Has anyone noticed my amazing new like radio style DJ microphone thing? So anyway, I want to say that I'm so proud of my son Levi. So he's doing this fundraiser where he's donating all these hygiene products to the homeless. And so yesterday I emailed my KW database. I have a database of about 25,000 KW agents that I've built up.
We've talked about
and within an hour of sending out an email asking people if they would donate to this cause, my wife had to refill the wish list like a dozen times. Like, we have so much stuff coming from KW agents because of Levi's initiative. It's so freaking awesome. So thank you guys who the ones that definitely donated. It's going to be, so we're donating big batches of hygiene products to the local shelter for homeless people during the holidays. And it was Levi's idea, and he's 8 years old. And I'm glad that, and he's already in KW culture. It's amazing.
I did order. I got it figured out. I told you what I did wrong. And I have a cleaning person, right? Or two people that come and clean my place in like an hour. And they brought a brown bag in collecting. It's kind of like my food drive, right?
Yeah,
Like what
it
we're
is. It
doing.
is. It's awesome.
Oh my God.
I'm so
Like, ready? This is what we need. My
That's super good.
board. Oh my God.
That's super awesome.
Take a bag, and help someone in need. Okay, let's bring on our guest because I met her, I think it's almost 2 years ago, and fell in love. I'm obsessed.
Do you guys need a minute? Do you guys need a minute? You want me to?
I would like some private time.
Yeah. Do you guys? Maybe when she jumps on, I'll ask her if you need a minute.
Yeah, she is young, vibrant, brilliant, obviously, because she's interviewed.
I mean, first of all, I have told her so many times the stuff that she's done with Out Front. I mean, she just reinvented it.
Out Front is like, it's like good news all day.
Oh my God. It's like if Inman were worth reading.
She can't stop laughing either. I can see her backstage. All right.
Ah, there she is.
Hey, everybody. Hello.
For those of you who don't know, this is the face and the woman behind the Out Front emails that you get in your inbox that give you all sorts of awesome tips for command and news about agents and what they're doing to grow their business. And you're awesome. So thank you for being on the show. A lot of people were excited to finally like meet you.
Have you?
Thank you.
Have you hugged her?
You know, so I've actually, yes, have we met in person briefly, right? But
Nick, I don't think we have ever met in person. So it's so interesting. I met you in 2019 Mega Camp, before all of this foolishness. And we had a photo shoot with you and I helped coordinate it, but I was never there. So I only know two-dimensional Nick Baldwin.
I'm just trying to I'm just trying to wonder why my camera's so blurry all of a sudden.
I kind of like it. It's like Barbara Walters' filter. Lalaina.
You know what? Hold on.
Lalaina, who are you? Tell us about you. Tell us where you're from originally. Story. Tell us everything.
There we go.
You're going to hear everything about me. So originally, I'm from Madagascar. It is a country, an amazing, on the east coast of Africa. And I've had quite the journey. I immigrated to the United States when I was 2 with my family. We were actually supposed to go back to Madagascar 2 years later, but my brother was born with severe disabilities, and the government decided to extend our visa. And that set us on a path forward in a life in the United States. I grew up in the Midwest for 28 years. And then I moved to Austin, Texas, and I made the life-changing decision to join the team at KWRI. And now I have the pleasure of managing Out Front, the publication. And I have a team of 1, me and my amazing editorial associate. Her name is Ada Chuka. She is in all these emails and she's writing them. I'm just the face. She is doing all the amazing hard work. And together we put out this publication that tells the story of our amazing agents. So I won the lottery. Just so blessed to be here in this amazing country and here working for an amazing company.
And you are like,
that's my journey.
Well, you're president of like Rotary in Austin, right? So what do you do for fun?
Yep. Oh my gosh, I should have some fun every now and then. Yeah, I'm the president of our Rotary Club. Service is really important to me. Rotary is a service organization that's been around since the 1910. There's 1.2 million members. So we have a club in Austin, Texas, and we just work to do good every single day. And I'm the president of that club. So we do a lot of wonderful stuff in the community. We support with COVID relief for elementary school. We have done global grants across the world for clean water, latrines in Kenya. I mean, it's amazing. There's a lot of stuff to do. So I need to actually have some more fun. That's going to be my goal in 2021.
Well, I mean, Lalaina, it's not. I'm not. Is it? We've never met in person, so is it Lalaina?
Lalaina, yeah, Lalaina.
I would say sometimes I'd say Lalaina, but that's probably okay. Lalaina. So I mean, you travel. Yeah. What's great about your position is that talk about virtual, right? So you travel a lot, and you know, this is a position where you could really do anywhere in the world, right? So that's pretty awesome. So that's probably a hobby of yours.
Yeah, I do. I actually do like to travel. Before all of the lockdown, my husband and I, we went to Madagascar, we went to Europe. I love traveling across the country, but this job does afford me the opportunity to travel all over the world because I get to talk to all of the amazing agents all over the world.
Oh, right. So you're probably going international to talk to KW agents.
I'm going international. I've been to Turkey. I've been to Puerto Rico. I've been everywhere. It's great.
You know, it's funny. So when I announced that you were going to be on the show, I got a bunch of messages from agents saying that, like, you know, we're so glad that you're having her on. You know, she deserves to be highlighted a lot more. And they just love you. And, you know, maybe they feel like, you know, you're not put out there as much. Like, a lot of people don't know who's behind out front. It's you, right? So
all those emails that come from Lalaina at KW, this is Lalaina to 180,000 people.
So I want to also talk about, you don't, like, the magazine is not just what you see online. Like, you set up that photo shoot and that video shoot.
Yes.
Right. And so you did a video with me, which was, and, you know, Lalaina, I don't know if you've noticed, like, since we did that video with me, like, there was that video and then there was a huge subscription spike. So I'm not sure if those two had anything to do with each other.
They really did.
I mean, I don't know.
They really did. And honestly,
I don't.
You're like, it's me. It's all me. I wanted a little bit about.
My question was, what does Outfront consist of other than the website?
Okay, so Outfront is primarily the digital publication, but I like to call us the storytelling arm of Keller Williams. So at our events, we really work to gather the stories of our agents. We're doing the photo shoots, the video shoots, and all of those assets are not just used on the website. Some of them are used on our recruiting page. Some of them are used when we were at Family Reunion. We saw those big, amazing presentations. Our photo assets are used there. Our video assets are used everywhere. And so it's been really interesting to kind of be at the top of that funnel and take all of those stories and the assets and the videos and then funnel them out to all these different places where the KW story is. And I'll always remember Zohar Zamir. I saw him at Family Reunion and we had this big photo of Zohar and he came up and he's like, I want that photo. I need you guys to send me that to my house. It's just so awesome to see everybody's pride when they see themselves represented. And that's something that's really important to me is representation. And we have an amazing, diverse, beautiful company of agents. And our goal is just to make sure that everybody is represented in the story of success, because I think that can look one way sometimes, and we're trying to turn it on its head. So yeah, long-winded answer.
Yeah, I think it's a great answer. One of the things I love about you is that you're so open to story ideas. Like, Lalaina's probably about to block me on her cell phone because I think, like, once a week I'd be like, I have an idea. I have an idea for a story. I have an idea for a story. She's like, just email me. Just email me. But that's what I love about you. You're so open to, like, ideas from agents, you know?
Well, it's like, what kind of stories do you, other than the megas coming over and things like that, but what kind of stories do you seek out?
So thank you. That's a really great question. And we're actually kind of reconfiguring what stories we're looking for right now. I think the number one story that we all need to tell, and that you all do an amazing job here with the Command Your Morning, is our tech story. Do y'all remember, like, 3 years ago when we were like, guess what? We're doing technology. And all of us were like, cool. And there was a little bit of, like, maybe confusion on how that was going to happen. And I remember sitting there and, you know, kind of hearing this vision cast to me and this grand, big vision. And I was like, oh my gosh, how are we actually going to do that? And I may have had a little bit of a seed of doubt, but it is amazing to see 3 years later all of the amazing things that this technology has done. And so right now, our team is really looking to tell the story of how is technology working in real time to support people's businesses. And it's been awesome because I remember in the spring, just hearing stories of agents being able to say money, being able to save time. We want to tell that story everywhere because that really creates an accessible, equitable industry when you're able to save money. So we want people to experience the amazing leverage of command. So we need to tell those stories about that technology. So we're really seeking stories of our technology right now. Obviously, KW culture. When people move over to KW, it's so interesting, right? Like they're like, what is this world? What is KW culture? It's a feeling, right? So we need to find ways to kind of tell that story and that feeling to people. So stories of KW culture in action is another story we're looking to tell right now. And all just training stories. How are you doing business, more business with less? I think that's kind of the theme of our year. Like, how can we do more business, better business, quality business with less, and the leverage that I was talking about earlier. So every month, Ada and I, we sit down, we figure out kind of what stories we're going to tell, and we're going to engage the field in helping us find those.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely awesome. And, you know, when I was a team leader, one of the recruiting leverage pieces I used was articles in Out Front, right? Like if a big agent from, like, I remember when Jeff Cohn joined our office, I mean, I didn't wait 2 seconds before every Berkshire Hathaway agent in my market got that article and read that the #1 agent at Berkshire Hathaway by units joined KW. Like, why wouldn't, as a team leader or even as an agent who's trying to build their downline, use it? It's free and it's amazing and it tells a story and it's so great for agents in your market to read, because guess what? They don't have anything like that. And to read the reason why people are joining KW, aside from you and the team leader, is very powerful.
Absolutely. And people want to, like I said, they want to see themselves before they're making such a huge decision to move their business. They need to see the story of somebody else who has done it, somebody else who has succeeded. And if I could tell you guys the amount of time that we spend in our interviews, thinking through every single story angle to make the lives of leaders easier, so you can with confidence share this article and in good faith feel like this could really support you in your efforts. Like, we spend so much time on that. And so I love that you're using it. We pump, 3 to 4 articles out every single week with that intention in mind. So
that's a lot for just 2 of you doing that. Because there's so many stories to tell, you know.
Many stories to tell.
You know, like, what was your all-time most favorite interview with a female in the cafe area at Keller Williams International headquarters? A live video that was posted on Instagram. That was your favorite?
That was, I believe that was with Caryn Brawl. Yeah, I think that was with you. You were the one. We were doing that interview. Is that the one you're referencing?
I don't know. Have I met Caryn?
Yeah, she's a wonderful woman.
I don't know. I know Caryn.
I texted Jason yesterday, which is, I say this to my husband too, but I texted Jason yesterday. I need some verbal affirmation from you.
I like verbal affirmation. If you need verbal affirmation, you need to come to me, because like, I call myself everybody's #1 hype woman. I'm here to hype you up. Agents, we're here to hype you up. I'm always hyping people up. So, you know, you can also add me to your text list.
Don't forget to hype up Lalaina. Don't forget to hype up Lalaina though once in a while. She needs that.
Yeah,
we all need.
I need a little.
We all need. I'm gonna pump Lalaina up too. I can be her hype woman too. I can be her hype woman too. All right. So what is?
I love it.
Is your husband working at home too, or what does your world look like? What does your morning look like? What are you reading? What do we need to read?
Ooh, okay. So I'll talk to you about my morning. Talk to you about my husband. So my husband is working from home. My husband is in journalism. He does data visuals for the Texas Tribune, and they're a nonprofit newsroom focused entirely on Texas politics. So he's crunching charts, big data, charts, maps, graphs all the time. He works on reporting on like the COVID numbers. They have a whole database, teacher salaries. So he does communications in a whole different world. Yeah, it's amazing. And then our mornings are wild. I am like extreme extrovert. There's extrovert and then there's extreme extrovert. And so I wake him up, I'm singing to him, I make up songs. Our mornings are always very bright here in Austin, Texas. And he's usually annoyed of me, but I don't care. So I just keep on going. And things I'm reading and watching and listening to, right now, I like to read just kind of like short stories or publications. I really enjoy reading The Cut. I actually just finished 12-Week Year. I know that's been circulating around the KW universe, and that is literally changing my life. It's a book that talks about the concept of getting rid of annualized thinking and focusing just on, imagine if you could get everything you wanted done in 12 weeks. And I actually have a MAPS coach now too. So I'm like fully immersed in the world.
Well,
yeah,
I'm confused now because I read the 4-Hour Work Week and now there's the 12-week year. I don't know which is shorter and which is more productive. Can I merge them together?
Yeah, it's
the 12-week year working 4 hours a week. Can I do that one?
I have not read a 4-Hour Work Week, but I think you could probably put it together.
It's Tim Ferriss. It's Gary's best friend, Tim Ferriss.
I'll have to read
that's
that.
what kind of skyrocketed him. Tim Ferriss was very forward thinking when it came to automating your business and hiring virtual assistants and things like that. So the book's about a decade old, but it's still very, very good. And that book was like what shot Tim Ferriss to, because everything in Tim's life, he likes to hack everything because he wants to get every single second of the day out and be productive. It's a great book.
Tomorrow we have Gary's top mastermind.
Tim Ferriss is on tomorrow?
Tim Ferriss is on our mastermind tomorrow.
Oh my God, I'm so jealous.
What? You guys get that cool stuff. That's amazing.
Well, Tim lives in Austin too. That's why, like, now Gary was on his podcast, and now they're like besties. I don't know. How does Jay feel about that? I'm just asking.
No, we should find out. That would be amazing. Yeah. So Tim Ferriss is on tomorrow. I told Mindy Hager, I said, I'm really missing your sense of humor because she has like one of the best senses of humor in the universe. I mean, she's like one of the funniest humans. But how are you keeping your spirits up? How are you staying, because you are extreme extrovert? How are you handling it? Because it's getting dark, right? The mood. They talked about COVID fatigue. Finally, it's hitting because this massive second wave and a lot of severe action probably needs to be taken. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think the interesting thing about this time is it's giving us time to reflect, just kind of where we're at and understanding kind of the emotional swings that we go through. And for me, it's been a really challenging time in a lot of ways, but a welcome time. I've been able to take a lot more time for myself. And I really think about kind of where I'm at and allowing myself to have my moments. I think that's how I stay positive, is allowing myself to have my moments, but also keeping things in perspective. And I love going outside. I love riding my bike. I love playing tennis. And I told you I love singing to my husband early in the morning. I love dance parties. I love hyping myself up. I'm the kind of person who understands when things aren't working. And like you were talking about, Tim, like hack your life or try to find a way to immediately kind of bust out of that mindset. And I've really been helped with my MAPS coach with that, not staying in a funk for so long. But it is getting darker, which is kind of challenging. I saw this hilarious meme that said, it's 12 o'clock. Why does it feel like midnight? And it's only 6 o'clock. I sleep really, really early, usually around 8:30 and 9. So now I'm sleeping even earlier. It's going to be very interesting as we go on.
Well, Lalaina, one thing you'll realize, when you have kids one day is the winter time and the time change is the best thing in the world, because now it gets darker much earlier and your kids can go to bed much earlier. And then, you know, my wife and I were like, it's 6 o'clock too early? No, it's dark. Put them to sleep. Like,
I love it. What do you do with your free time now? Like when it gets
well, that's when my wife and I just hang out. We just hang out together. We have a glass of wine. Maybe we'll watch Netflix. We'll read a book. Like, you know, it is what it is. We have 3 hours. We'll go to bed around 9:30 or 10, and it's 3 hours of just hanging out. And so that's kind of what I look forward to. I mean, I love my kids. Don't get me wrong, but being quarantined with them for the last 9 months had its moments. So yeah, I do look forward to that. But yeah. So what awesome stories are you working on? I'm just curious what we can expect.
Give us the tea.
A little bit of tea. I am going to be working on a story with Dan Grieve. You guys saw, if you follow Dan Grieve, he's one of mega agents, and he actually helped guide individual named Chris, a person with Down syndrome, to complete the Ironman. And this story has been everywhere. It's been on the New York Times. It's been on ESPN. It's been everywhere. And we are so proud to be able to tell that story of one of our own doing such good. Talk about KW culture. That's going to be a really awesome story to be working on. Our December editorial calendar is also filled with a lot of forecasting. So kind of trends that you can be on the look for, different systems and tools that you can use to hack your work week, to do more with less. So we're going to be focusing on that. And of course, working on a lot of amazing Bet on Red stories to help pump some more ammo into your TL toolbox. Oh my gosh, that alliteration is gross. Wow.
So I have a question about being a journalist. Do you enjoy writing pieces about what Dan is doing, where you really get to kind of like dig in like you know, like a newspaper would, or do you enjoy writing other pieces like the tech stuff and agents strategies? Like, what, I'm sure you like doing both, but what gives you like the most joy, right?
Oh gosh, that is so hard. I think if you would have asked me 2 years ago, I would have been like, hands down, I love telling an inspirational story. Like, everybody wants to tell that story. But it depends on how I'm feeling. I think I've been in places in my life where I've had such frustration because I didn't have an answer to something. I've been so frustrated because I didn't have the system to something. I didn't have the model to something. And so I think when I'm in those moments and I can place myself in the shoes of an agent who may be so frustrated, they don't have that tool that they need to continue, I really enjoy writing more of those tactical pieces. We just put out an amazing story. If you have not read it, please do. It's called 30 Social Posts to kind of keep you top of mind this November.
So good. And I love that.
Yeah. It was filled with prompts. It was like 30 prompts of social post ideas. And I went on LinkedIn late at night, and there was somebody who posted, I was going to spend money on this, but because of this post, I'm not going to spend money on this. And that was that feeling that like every maybe journalist or marketer is looking for, but that individual was able to save money because they read something that they could put into action right away. And for me, that's a win. And so I think seeing that and helping replicate more of that is something that I'm going to be really focused. We're all going to be really focused on in December in 2021. So those template-based pieces I love, but I will always remember Mega Relief. If y'all were with us then, we were able to tell the story of how we came together to support people in need. And I was out interviewing people who had been affected by Hurricane Harvey and meeting with the agents. And those are definite heart moments that, I will never forget. So I'm a people's person. So whenever I see, and I think an empath in a lot of ways, so wherever I see the greatest need of the greatest need is sometimes where I run to. And so during COVID, during times when people are challenged, financial security is a question. I think the stories that we want to write are to help people stay in business. And I'm really passionate about small business owners.
Well, I just want to share my screen real quick and show everyone what this social post article looked like, because if they have not
Yeah,
seen it.
too, and they won't let me. YouTube just rejected me.
So what?
Rejection. I went to post it. It said it said YouTube.
Okay, so I'll post it in the Facebook chat.
No,
But the reason
appropriate like porn stuff on our show, like
do you guys
people.
wait? Do you guys see my screen or no?
No. Oh yeah,
I don't see it.
Oh, can you click it, please?
Now I do. Now
Caryn,
I see it. There.
Caryn, you have to click it. Oh, okay.
Oh my God, yell at me again with your new mic. Yell at me again.
I'm just saying you got to click the button so I can show my
Got
screen.
it.
So the reason why I love this is because, like, first of all, they talk about the different things that you need to do, and then down here, here's week 1. When you click these, it takes you to those areas of designs, so you don't have to find them, right? And then from there, you can edit them. So every one of these that have an underline, it takes you to those specific templates, and it maps out your entire week. And then you go to your social post calendar within Command and just schedule them out. And so look at this, and it tells you every single day and what you're supposed and what you can post. It's really
it does.
I mean,
and I really want to give a shout out to the team. Like I am here, but there is a team of over 20 people in the marketing team working so hard for all of you every single day. Like that post was only made possible because of our amazing designers who work to keep our design suite full of amazing assets people can use. It's our tech team. It's our amazing social strategist, Marliese Gowan, who has the best ideas. You guys should have her. She's awesome. It's because of audits, because of our copy. It's just so many people who come together on a daily basis to take a lot of these big ideas and make them so actionable and so easy for you. All you got to do is click.
And I'm gonna win no matter what. I got money on my mind. Oh, sorry.
Win no matter what. That's it.
Oh, that's a good song. You just made that up. Sing that for your husband tomorrow. Hey, so I want everyone to know what you did before you came to KW, because as I recall, it's not what we would expect. Like, you weren't always doing this type of thing, right? So before KW, what did you do in the past?
Yeah, so right before KW, I was working for a mid-sized company. It was a B2B company focused. Our members were home medical equipment providers, so little mom and pop shops, and I was working on an in-house marketing team there. But it was interesting how I started was a communications specialist. There were a lot of, government policies that were hindering their ability to do business. And so what I was doing was writing about these policies, and I was doing a lot of advocacy work for small business owners. And that's how I really developed the love for entrepreneurship. So I remember those days. I've been to Washington, D.C. I remember coming up with these websites and these strategies. And so I was really focused on advocacy. I've always been in communications, but that's what I was doing right before I came to Keller Williams. I was in healthcare. And before that, I started out in the nonprofit world. I was in fundraising for a nonprofit that helped children who were in the residential foster care system. So I was fundraising for that. So it's been interesting. That was I love asking people what their first job is. And I'm going to ask you both because I think this is a wonderful question. When I left college, I always thought I was going to go to Chicago, be in the big city, and I ended up in a cornfield. So you never know what you're going to get.
So do you want us to tell you what our? Oh, did you want to know? Caryn, you go first.
Yeah.
What I was going to do?
No, what was your first job?
Oh, out of college?
Yeah.
Oh, I was a general manager of a restaurant.
Well, that I guess makes sense, and because you've always led people.
Yeah, I was a general manager of a restaurant when I was 20, and I fired my college roommate because she was late 3 times in a row.
Good. You know what? Listen, you can't just keep people. You can't just keep people because they're your friends. No. Get out of here. I had a lot of jobs. Let's see. I got my personal training certification and owned a personal training company for 5 or 6 years when I lived in Los Angeles. Then I moved back to New Jersey. Then I went back to college at 24, became a bartender. And then when I met my wife at the bar, I decided to get my real estate license and join my mom's team, and the rest is history. But before that, I went to school for musical theater, and I have a background in theater and television. So that's kind of my background.
What? I want to hear
Caryn, one day, Caryn. Oh, Lalaina, one day we're gonna have to do a duet, and Caryn, we'll do a 3 duet. I don't know what that's called.
It's called a threesome, Nick.
Oh, it's called a threesome. No, it's not.
It's not a threesome.
What's your favorite Broadway show, Lalaina? What's your favorite musical?
Okay.
I'm never.
Crushing me because I don't really like a lot of musicals, and it's so interesting because I'm such a musical person. I was actually in a vocal jazz group all my life. I was in percussion. Don't really like Broadway musicals.
That's okay, because a lot of the Broadway musicals now are not very musically like you would envision. But what's your favorite type of music, and what do you like to listen to just to kind of get you in a good mood? Oh yeah, that's totally it.
We're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going. I love this. To hype myself up.
Okay. DJ. All right.
Sorry.
To hype myself up, I love Beyonce, of course. I love hip hop. I love R&B. I love neo soul. I love playing piano. So I really enjoy all those melodies. And fascinating enough, this is a Lalaina fact that not everyone knows. I love Swedish synth pop, like very much
what?
Like the, yes, it's Swedish synth pop. Swedish synth
pop?
Synth, S-Y-N, synth pop. Yeah, so it's very like, kind of has that 80s feel, very like driving beat. I like anything that
like Ace of Base?
Not really like Ace of Base. Oh gosh, I love Ace of Base. I love my 90s music, okay?
Aren't they Swedish?
She's a young little pumpkin.
No, I saw the sign. That song.
She was born when it was written.
Yes, she was. All right, Lalaina, how'd you meet your husband? Because now you're both in journalism, so you didn't most likely meet in the same career. But how'd you guys meet?
We met in Iowa. We met in I even know the date. It was November 30th, 2012 at 8 p.m. I was fashionably late. I was going to a Young Professionals Networking event, and I saw this guy holding a giant beer, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to strike up a conversation. We talked about Arrested Development, and that was it. And we've been together for almost 8 years already. So we met in Iowa, and we're laughing because we were in Iowa the same amount of time that we've been in Austin, and we can't believe we lived there for so long. So it's really funny. That's how I met him. His name is Chris.
That's awesome.
All right.
I love that.
What's next for you? What do you want to do with Out Front? Where do you want it to go? What's the vision? And then
the vision is like 180,000 subscribers, 10 million views. So you guys we need to make that happen. Please subscribe.
How many subscribers do you have right now?
How do you subscribe?
How many subscribers do you have right now? Because honestly, here's what I'm thinking, Caryn, and maybe we can help this drive it home. Part of the onboarding process with KW is signing that agent up for an Out Front subscription. Why can't we just do that?
It's a great idea. Yeah, we should. Great.
I love when Nick bosses me around.
No, I'm not bossing you around. That wasn't an order. It was an idea. It was, what do you think of that? I didn't say go do it. Oh my gosh, so sensitive. So you guys don't understand, like, you don't just automatically get emails from Out Front. You actually have to go to the website and sign up to receive them. You only have like what, 20,000, 20,000 people?
We actually have, I pulled the number. We have over 38,000 subscribers.
Wow.
When I started, you guys, when I started, we had 1,000 subscribers, and now we have 38,000. We have over 1 million views. We have 474,000 users that have been on our site. And so my goal is I would love to just increase our subscriber base and keep pumping out this valuable content for everybody. The only reason do it is because people read it and people engage with it. So it's like a direct value. The more people subscribe and read our articles, the more that, you know, we're able to justify doing more for everybody. So it's a win-win situation. The vision for Outfront, I love it to be more multimedia, to have more videos on there. We have some videos now, but different ideas in different ways of storytelling, some interactive format storytelling. I'm such a geek with all of this stuff, so I don't want to go too deep and geek everybody out, but like just continue to grow the publication, and most importantly, tell the best story out there and tell the accurate story of Keller Williams. Nick, I heard your little Inman reference, and I can agree with us. I'm not going to say that, but
yeah, I'll say it for you.
I want to tell an accurate story and tell the story that people need to hear. So that's always our goal.
I mean, I think that, you know, it's definitely, and by the way, I love that you still do the quarterly physical magazine, because I love picking those up. Do you still do the quarterly ones, or you're not doing it? Oh, you don't? Oh, no. I loved the magazine in hand, because it used to be every month and then there was every quarter. So you're not doing it all. It's so good, because when that comes in and it has the list of the top agents, I would send that out to agents in my region that was trying to recruit.
We still do the top list. So if you guys take a look on our performance, our last performance report, which is on the site, you can still download that PDF. We knew that you all use that list, so we didn't take that away. You know, when everything changed, we took a really hard look at our budget, and the magazine cost over $200,000. And so at this point, we decided to give you more through the digital, and that's where we're at right now.
I think it's great. I love the magazine. I read every single article when it comes in. You know what I'm going to do? I have a database that I've grown of about 25,000 agents in our company just from doing Command Your Conversion. So I'll just start including some Outfront articles in there as well to help the subscriber base. That would be awesome. I'll do
Appreciate
that.
it. I really makes
everybody should read it.
Well, I don't know why.
Read it.
It's like this, but in print. It's this show. I mean, probably it's better written. It's more professional. It's like nicer.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's like a dose of love and culture and tech and people, and it's like peopling at its finest, thanks to my Lalaina.
And guys, if you have any story ideas, shoot them over. She will, you know, she will consider it. And it feels so cool when you. And by the way, team leaders watching, if there are agents in your market that are doing something awesome, let Lalaina know, you know, especially if it's with tech or if it's with charity. You know, there's nothing like an agent being spotlighted in that magazine. Caryn wants you to highlight her new initiative at her market centers. You have to email her. You can't ask her now. You have to email her.
Yes, please email me, because I will forget. It's outfront@kw.com. I'll say that again. Outfront@kw.com. If you guys have any story ideas, if there's anybody that we should know, think about the biggest pain that you are having and facing in your business right now. And if you wish that somebody had an article for that, if you're like sitting there like, man, this took me so long, I wish I had an article for that, or I have a solution that I could share with other people. This is the KW community. Please let us know, and we will take a look at it. So yeah, outfront@kw.com.
Right.
Definitely go do that.
I'm playing our song, girl. I'm gonna play our song because all you do is
Chris going in on the verse, because I never been defeated and I won't stop now. I never win. Blame it on that time.
We're winning all the time.
My soul is slow. My hands go up and down like strippers' booty.
I can't hear you, Caryn. Oh, she was rapping. Everybody go to Outfront. Everyone go to outfront.kw.com and subscribe. It's free. You're going to get awesome content in your email. I promise you, if you're having confusions with Command, it's like they're reading your mind. You're going to get an email with all sorts of cool stuff to do with Command. So just go and subscribe.
That's it. Subscribe, y'all.
Everyone have a great day. We'll see you on Friday with Chris Suarez. What?
Bye.
My low, head on the smoke.